It says I'm live, so I'm going to start talking like I'm live, but I'm also not going to say anything too important in case I haven't actually started streaming. I gotta love live streams and all of that. So if you are watching this, you're probably watching the replay. Although I don't know, maybe I actually do have somebody here. I'm learning to use the YouTube live features. I'm used to Facebook and StreamYard and all of those. But right now, I'm just going straight live on YouTube to share 30 things that I've learned in the past 30 days of being on YouTube and having a channel. I've been thinking, well, I'll get into this probably throughout, but I've been thinking about having a YouTube channel for a very long time, for years. And sorry, let me adjust my audio a little bit here. Okay. Okay, hopefully that is a little bit better. Yeah, so I've been thinking about a YouTube channel. Like, I don't know when I had the first idea of it. I had a sewing blog way back, almost 20 years ago. So I've been online as a seamstress for a long time. And oh, yay, somebody's here live and the chat is working. Thank you for that comment so that I know that the chat is working. All right, so I'm going to dive in and just go through these 30 things pretty rapid fire. I don't want this to be too long. And even if I spend a minute on each one, we're going to be here for 30 minutes. So I'm going to dive in and share the 30 things that I've learned from these 30 days that I have had a sewing channel on YouTube. First of all, I have learned that I don't have to wait until I'm big on YouTube to start working with other brands. Already in 30 days, I have had 2 virtual summits get in contact with me about being involved, and not just as a speaker either. I have interacted with others about possibilities of being a speaker, but I am like co-partnering, sponsoring 2 summits coming up in the next months. In fact, the Mama Roar Summit, if you are a mother and you're not crazy about the mainstream agenda right now, and you want to go back to things like making your clothes yourself instead of dealing with fast fashion, that's what I'm going to be talking about. All the way through to homeschooling your kids or starting your own business. All of these are going to be topics of this summit, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be talking about sewing. And so there's that one. And then there's a whole sewing summit that is penciled into January. So stay tuned on that one. And then also pattern testing. I have applied to be a pattern tester for a couple of different brands, and I've already got my first brand deal with that, with getting a test pattern before it's out. So I get a pre-release pattern and I get to try it out for the pattern company. And then I'm also connected with a fabric company already to make some test garments with their fabrics and show them off. So much fun already in just 30 days, multiple connections with other brands. And so that is one of the things that I have learned, is that I don't need to wait until I'm big to start working with other brands. Okay, number 2, consistency is key. Those days when I was posting 1 or more shorts a day is when I saw the most growth. However, that already brings me to number 3, which is that consistency is not as key on YouTube as it is for other platforms. Like I said, I have been online and on social media for about 20 years, almost 20 years now, and I have learned a lot about consistency, multiple platforms, email versus social media, and all of this. And quite frankly, YouTube has been the place where I can be the most inconsistent and still be seeing growth of all the platforms that I have tried. So that's pretty amazing to me. When I post, even if I haven't posted for a few days or have been really inconsistent, I still see that peak in growth. And I see that not just with what I just posted, which is typical of most social media platforms, But the post that I just posted gets those views, as well as old posts start getting suggested again as well. And so we have this long tail effect that just isn't the same as other platforms. And I'm seeing in the chat that we've got 100% agreement with consistency and its impact on YouTube. So that is a huge pro, and why I'm definitely going to be sticking around on YouTube and bringing YouTube to my other brand, because this is not my main business, but my main business, we're going to be seeing some more stuff on YouTube about my main business, not on this channel, but on the other channel. So comment if you want to make sure that you're following that channel. There's like nothing there yet, but I'm going to be using these 30 things that I learned here on launching this channel to launch that one even better. All right, so number 4, shorts have some pretty good bang for their buck. Shorts are where it's at. I kind of knew that, but I'm really convinced of that now after these 30 days, especially coupled with the inconsistency. I decided to dive in and not worry about being super consistent with shorts, where on other platforms, when I've tried to post reels on Instagram and Facebook, these platforms, when I was consistent and posted like a reel a day, that's when I saw growth. But on YouTube, even if I didn't post a short every single day, I just posted a short, that I felt like posting in the afternoon, that actually got a lot of views. I can pull up my stats maybe later in the video and actually look at some of these. But yeah, it wasn't when I was the most consistent that I got the most views. And so shorts are where it's at. Even if you can't post every day, short form content is just really being pushed on YouTube right now. Number 5, it is very difficult to know which short will take off and which won't. And so I've stopped worrying about it. I started paying attention initially and judging which, trying to figure out which worked best, longer or shorter, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 60 seconds, which work best. And quite frankly, that was taking way too much of my energy. It makes so much more sense to just post a short, put it out there into the world, and see what it does, and then just post the next one. Which brings me to my next few things that I've learned. Number 6, a strategy is important. There is value to having a strategy on YouTube. I went into this with a strategy. I did go into this with a strategy and a plan. I even have my notebook wherever it went here. Where did I put it? Anyway, I have my project planner notebook and have been going through that very consistently to create a strategy and figure out what I want to pour my time into and what I don't. However, that brings me to number 7. Sticking strictly to the strategy isn't a make or break matter. Again, going back to what I've learned with other platforms, it seemed like every time I had a strategy on a particular platform and it was working, and then something happened, like I got sick or I just didn't feel like posting and I didn't stick to the strategy, everything fell apart. And then that's devastating. And then you lose all your momentum, not just that little bit of momentum. Whereas with YouTube, this has not been the case. I had a strategy. I was set out to post, and then we had this issue. We had multiple tech issues, me and my VA, and so we just couldn't post. And so I just switched gears and posted a bunch of shorts, and here we are. Like, it's great. So I didn't do nothing, but I changed up my strategy, and it still caused growth. It was not make or break. I didn't lose momentum in the same way that I have on other platforms. So, number 8, video is fun if you're a verbal processor. This is something that I didn't fully realize until I was more consistent on YouTube and thinking about YouTube and recording some of my content. But this actually started before the 30 days, but was really confirmed in these 30 days. I am a verbal processor. As you can tell, I like talking through an idea and looking at it from different angles, verbally and articulating it in different ways and from different angles. And I realized that I was so focused on video being a visual thing that I didn't really think about how fun it would be to just talk about things. And that's what actually made me create this channel is my husband noticing that I was verbally processing as I did things like altered my sister's, bridesmaid's dress, and that's the last video posted right before this live is the alteration of my sister's bridesmaid's dress, and it was when I started doing that that he was like, "You should record this," and that was years ago before I had a YouTube channel, but I'm really glad he did that, and I created that video content even though I didn't edit it until just this past month. But that's one of the things that made me realize how much I enjoy just talking about what I'm doing. And so I may not be the best channel out there visually, but being able to talk through my process, if you like listening to that, that is my channel. And if that is you, I encourage you to start a channel and focus on the audio part first, and the visual part will follow. So that brings me to number 9. Start without showing your face if you're camera shy. Like I said, I made this alteration video. I didn't show my face the entire time. I just filmed top down what I was doing as I was sewing and just narrated it. And then we turned it into a video later. Number 10, don't post your first video first. Again, this alteration video is the perfect example because I recorded this years ago, but then it wasn't my first video, even though it was the first one that I had recorded all of the content for. I wanted something else to be my first video and my debut on Facebook. And so it's okay to just record and experiment and maybe post those things later. I filled in the gaps that I needed later, and it turned out to be a pretty okay video. Number 11, do plan your first video. This is something that I'm really glad that I did. I looked at my strategy. I knew that I wanted some sort of core video that I could come back to as a featured video. It's currently featured. If you don't follow me and you go to my channel page, that's the one that's going to pop up and be like my welcome video. It's not about me. It's not an introduction to me or my channel in sort of the normal channel trailer sort of way. It's what I want everyone to know. If you don't know it already and you find my channel, I want you to know these things about learning to sew. And so I did plan that video, and that was my big debut on YouTube. And I'm really glad that I did that. Number 12, keep it fun. If it isn't fun, don't do it. That has been a rule that I have kept myself to these 30 days. And even before, like I said, I've been filming content here and there, coming up with ideas here and there for YouTube for a while. And I kept myself to that it has to be fun. I'm not going to burn out on this again. I say again, because even though I haven't been on YouTube, like I said, I have done sewing blogs for years on and off. I've written some books and things, and I've taught classes, and I've burnt out because I've gotten into the nitty-gritty of the strategy and the business and all of that. And I'm not letting myself do that this time. Yes, I'm bringing a lot of my business sense to this venture because I am a business person. I am an entrepreneur. I have a video production agency that I run with my husband. So yeah, all of that's going to come to the table, but it's just going to be supportive. It's not the driving force. As you can see by the quality of some of my videos, I even forgot to turn on my lighting, and you know what? I'm just leaving it. I am okay with that right now, and we're just having fun here and showing up. So, number 13, use your channel as motivation to do what you already want to do. This is another thing that I want to keep in front of me as a reminder to use my channel as this motivation to do what I already want to do. So, I already want to be sewing more. And so, therefore, I'm going to film it and share it. I already want to be doing these things. And so my channel gets to be motivation of, oh, I can post a video this week. What's it going to be about? What is the thing that I already want to do that now I can use this as sort of an excuse to actually make it happen and feel like it's more practical. Yes, it's fun too, but also um, is getting something else done. It's killing two birds with one stone. I love that. So 14, on the flip side, don't do what you don't want to do. What I mean by this is don't feel like you have to follow trends or bow to the algorithm or anything like that. That's something that I've learned I don't have to do. I explicitly have not used viral audios or viral audios on YouTube for shorts and things like that. I have only created my own or used like reacted to others or stitched things. Those are the rules that I set for myself. I have some reasons, values wise. I have some different reasons why I wanted to do that. And part of it was I don't want to use viral sounds. That's not something I want to be associated with my brand and a part of my brand. And so I didn't. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm fine with the growth I'm seeing. I've had multiple shorts go upwards of 1,000 views in these 30 days, and I'm really happy with that. I'm also going to plug my computer in because I just realized that um, we might die in the middle here. So let me just grab that. Speaking of doing what's fun, keeping it fun and casual, this is part of that. All right. Not quite halfway through. All right. Number 15, halfway. Outsourcing video editing and thumbnails for my long form videos is amazing and makes this possible. This is one of the things I have absolutely learned. And yeah, it's really what's making this possible. Building off of that, don't do what you don't want to do. I don't want to create thumbnails. I am not the best graphic designer. And so, not creating thumbnails, not having to edit my own videos is a huge weight off and lets this stay fun. So, those are things that I knew that I wanted to outsource and have been very, very happy to be outsourcing. Number 16, I actually prefer to make my own shorts rather than outsourcing that. It's something that my assistant is good at, is clipping shorts and making them probably even more fun than I would as far as from the user experience end. However, I really like making my own shorts. And so that's something that I have kept instead of outsourcing. So if you want to take these takeaways and be a little less specific, outsource the things you want to outsource. Don't outsource the things you don't want to outsource. It's as simple as that. 17, making shorts on my phone in the YouTube app is such a great alternative to scrolling. Oh, I love it. This is actually something that I was surprised at because I've made reels using the Instagram and Facebook apps, the in app capabilities, and I have been annoyed. Something about their user experience is just not great, and I haven't enjoyed it. And so I was really surprised to realize that I actually like creating shorts using the in-app YouTube. There are actually less features, I feel like, in the YouTube app versus Instagram or Facebook. I can do less, but I think that it's that simplicity that has made it more enjoyable for me. I'm not trying to tweak and tweak and tweak and make it perfect and use the different features and experiment with the different features. I'm just creating a concept, taking that video and turning it into something viewable. The one complaint I have is that the YouTube app doesn't have closed captioning that I can like insert like on Reels. That's my one complaint. But that's the only thing that I'm really consistently missing. So, yeah, it's so much better than scrolling and it actually feeds that part of me that wants to be on my phone in a way that the Instagram and Facebook apps just don't. So that's something I learned. Number 18, making shorts on the YouTube app has not cured me of my bad habit of scrolling. So it doesn't scratch the itch all the time. Sometimes I do want to zone out, and making a new reel doesn't scratch that itch, but it has cut back on my scrolling a little bit, so that's good. Number 19, shorts are easier to create in the app than I thought. I already touched on this, but yeah, it is super simple. And I've actually learned about some in app features that are dissimilar from Facebook and Instagram that make things um, make it easier. And so I'm going to dive into those for the next few things that I've learned. Number 20, you can search any YouTube video for audio, not just trending audios or basic music like for Reels on Meta platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So I did not realize this until I went in to find a certain song. I assumed the search capability was basically the same as Instagram. And so I put in a song title and I found all of these covers of that song that I could clip instead. And it was a song that I had covered with my sisters on my dad's YouTube channel. And so I clipped our version of the song to use as my shorts audio, even though I didn't have access to the original because it's on YouTube. I could clip it there. And I was just blown away. That was exciting to me. So I love that you can search in the in the YouTube Shorts app while you're creating your YouTube short. When you search for an audio, you can search all of YouTube, not just shorts, long form videos as well, and find the exact clip that you want. I think that's just so great and has so much potential. Number 21, you can also use 5 seconds of any video on YouTube to start a short of your own. This was a big deal for me because I knew that I wanted to do reaction type videos, but doing a reaction for a whole 30-minute tutorial is intense. And I kind of wasn't sure how I felt about plagiarizing that content and repurposing that content onto my own channel. However, using 5 seconds of their video and reacting to that feels really good to me because it's promoting them, it's giving them a shout out. And so I love that on the app, if I find a video that I'm loving and I want to react to, I can just click the button to remix it, grab the 5 seconds that I want to react to, and create a less than 60-second reaction and actually be promoting this other creator. I love the social aspect of that. Coming to number 22, another option that you get when you tap Remix in the app is that you can green screen any video on YouTube to make a short. Now, I haven't personally done this, but it's another way that I can react to more of the video. And so I'm excited to do that soon. 23, you can use the sound from any video to make a short. Now, this is similar to the previous thing that I learned where you can search for any YouTube video to add to your short, but it's doing the same thing but backwards. It's starting with the video. So if you find a video that you like the audio of, I'm starting to look for harp music. I did on one of them. I'm looking for music that I want to use behind a short and start there, hit remix, and then I can use that audio. And it can be music, it can be a narration, but basically I can make my own viral sounds, viral from longer form videos, just clips that I find where I'm like, I need to clip that. I can do that just right in the app. And I did not know that before my 30 days on YouTube here. Let's see. Number 24, have a place for all your ideas. Having a place for all of my ideas that's just messy that I can just jot down. And see, here I am being messy and unprepared again. I don't know where I put my notebook. Maybe it is literally, yep, it is literally under my laptop right here. I stack books up to make my laptop the height that I want it to be. And this was one of them. So now you're a little shorter. This is my YouTube planning notebook. It's the Lazy River Project Planner from Ask the Aspens, which is my brand with my husband and my agency. But obviously, I love our project planner. And so I'm using it to plan out this project of a YouTube channel. And so I have this place where I can be super messy with all of my ideas and just jot them down whenever I have them. There's actually 2 different pages that have different types of ideas, but they can both be really messy. And having that and having one place to go for that has been amazing and great. Number 25, having a place to organize my ideas and my plans in a more structured way has also been vital. And so once again, I'm just going to point to this notebook. You can use any notebook for this, but this has some structure, some extra structure to it in place, so you don't have to come up with it. And let me know in a comment if you want a link to this. I have a digital version that's just available for free through our agency on that other brand. But anyway, it has like all kinds of workbook pages that give me a place to structure and plan the different aspects of my YouTube channel. And I really like that. I like having it in place, but also just having a notebook where I can create structure and make order from those messy idea lists is really valuable. And these 30 days have really driven that home for me. Okay, the 26th thing that I learned in these 30 days of having a YouTube channel is that cross-posting shorts to Instagram is really beneficial. It has gained me 95 new followers there. And for context, I started with 120 followers before YouTube. And that was just, random. I hadn't done anything to really try to get followers. And those 120 have, goodness, I've had this Instagram channel for like years. So that was the 120. I have nearly doubled that in 30 days only by cross-posting shorts to Instagram. I have done nothing else on Instagram. All I've done is download the short from YouTube. It's got the watermark and everything. I copy the title that I created on YouTube. I paste that into the caption of the Instagram video, and I put the Instagram, just the watermarked short up. Occasionally, some of my shorts I have added the captions to, like the closed captions that read across the screen. I think I did that on a few of them. But other than that, it's just straight cross-posting the shorts, and the same title. And I've gotten 95 new followers through that over on Instagram. So the discoverability and interaction between these two platforms has been great. The 27th thing that I've learned is that gaining subscribers on YouTube is a little different from on other platforms and is also great. I have gained 38 subscribers from 0 in these 30 days here on YouTube. And they are equal parts people that I have known already, that I know are like coming over from Facebook or Instagram, or that I mention it to in person. And about half of them ish have found me organically on YouTube through my shorts, through my videos, through being suggested. So that's pretty cool. I have not gone out on YouTube and like left comments or done anything super social to try to gain followers. I have done a little bit of the, like I talked about with the reels and reacting, and that social aspect, but mostly this organic YouTube discovery is just through being suggested on random people's feeds. But that brings me to number 28. One thing that I've learned is that on YouTube, I can't see who all of my followers are. I have that 38 number, but only a handful of those are people that have allowed me to see that they subscribe to me, that they are my follower. So based on that, that's what I'm basing some of what I know about how people are finding me is I recognize people who follow me. But some of those, the majority of those are anonymous. And so the way that I know where they're coming from is that I can see that they watch a reel or got it suggested. Like there's some analytics on the back end that help me guess that I have fairly equal parts of people who already knew me and people who are finding me organically. So number 29, starting an email list, even if that email list is slow to grow, is really important in these 30 days. I was really glad that I had an established, well, I say established. I have not established this email list, but I have an email list. I had less than a dozen people on it. Again, people that I have already known for various reasons. And they said, well, if you ever do anything more with sewing, we want to be a part of it. So I put them on this list. I have had a few people over the last month, I don't remember exactly how many, but, a small handful or less than a handful. So it's slow to grow. However, I know that I want to have it there because I want this connection with people that I have directly. I don't want to lose my followers for one thing, and have YouTube be the only way that I can connect with them. I want a way that I can stay connected even if YouTube goes away, even if Facebook goes away. Um, and with YouTube especially, because I can't even see the names of these 38 people or direct message them or anything like that, those 38 subscribers on YouTube feel not very valuable to me because I feel like I can't really do anything with them. They are at the mercy of the algorithm just as much as I am. And so I want to have that email list so that people who really want to stay connected with me can and can know how to. Now, I haven't pushed that very much, um, but I have it on my channel, and so people can go there if they want to have a more direct connection with me, and it's going to grow in the future, and it's going to be very symbiotic with YouTube. It already has been. I've been sending emails to those, dozen people, and I've gotten at least one subscriber on YouTube from that, and so they're already working together. All right. The 30th thing that I have learned in these 30 days of having a YouTube channel is that I don't actually regret waiting until now to start this channel, even though I've had the idea for years, and can see pretty clearly how much further ahead I would be if I had started years ago, even if I had been super inconsistent, even if I had not put out high quality videos. There's all these things that even if I had done it, halfway starting years ago, I would be miles ahead of where I am now when it comes to followers and that sort of a thing. However, there are also lots of benefits to waiting until now, and I'm really learning to appreciate that. One of the things that I really am appreciating right now is being able to have this 30-day look back. 30 days when I actually had a strategy and wasn't building on anything. I was just building from zero, and I could actually judge how the strategy was working instead of having just a bunch of latent followers that I'm trying to encourage to get back engaged again or something like that that I would have had if I had started the sewing channel years ago. I'm really sitting back and appreciating right now the fact that I didn't start this earlier and therefore have just a completely different perspective on YouTube and content creation than I would have had otherwise. So, I hope this has been encouraging and helpful to you. Let me know in a comment what what, if anything, you've taken away from this? Do you have a channel yourself? Are you thinking about starting one? I would love to hear if you have one so that I can go check you out. And then I would also love to hear if you're thinking about starting one and if these tips have been helpful to you. All right. You are welcome. I'm looking at the chat now. I closed off my chat for a little while there so that I could just go through my 30 things. I'm definitely going to read back through this chat log because it's been hopping over there, and I'll be checking with the comments later. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been these 30 things. Which one was your favorite? I've given you all kinds of calls to action here to the comment section, but just leave a comment and tell me what you thought if you've gotten this far. I am going to end this stream right now, and I'm deciding whether I want to be that YouTuber. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell button so you get the notifications. You know the drill, if you've even stuck around this long. All right. Bye-bye.